Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. If you're new, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe so we can stay together through all of this with Shen story. I'm sitting here feeling a mix of heartbreak, confusion, and hope because Shen recent post, it hit me differently, and judging by your messages, it hit a lot of you the same way. There's something deeply personal going on, and I just want to walk us through what I saw, what so many of us are feeling, and what it might all mean. It started maybe 2 nights ago. Shen posted a short video clip on her Weibo account, just her in her home, in soft lighting, the kind of lighting that makes everything feel intimate, like the world is pausing around her. Her eyes were red, her voice trembling just enough to tell us she was holding back something. The background was simple, a couch, some plants, a window letting in the moonlight, and in that liminal space something changed. She started speaking, not in dramatic crescendos, but in whispers of regret and apology. She said she would be taking a break. She said she needs time. She said she needs to say goodbye, for now. And then she asked for understanding. My heart sank then. I was scrolling through the comments immediately afterward, tears pooling in my eyes. So many fans writing, "We're here, take your time, we support you no matter what." Others detecting sadness in her tone, speculation about burnout, maybe a personal family matter. I read a comment that said, "Why does it hurt so much to see someone you admire ask for space?" And that, for me, sums it up. When someone who has brought you joy, stories, warmth, art, suddenly pauses, it's deafening. This farewell, as minimal as it looked, felt loaded. Because it wasn't just goodbye for now, it was I need to step away from this spotlight that has followed me everywhere. Elle dropped that phrase, this fame. I no longer recognize myself every time I look in the mirror. She didn't name what was wrong, exactly, but the emotional weight in her voice made it clear, something's been growing inside her, something heavy. Maybe exhaustion, maybe longing for normalcy, maybe heartbreak. Whatever it is, thousands of us felt the tremors. I remember watching her in interviews, watching her in dramas, imagining the life she seems to lead, glamour, applause, picture perfect. But glimpses like this, when she allows us to see the tired lines around her eyes, or the quiver in her voice, that's when she stops being this distant, almost mythic figure and becomes human. Someone who struggles. Someone who may feel alone even when surrounded by love and fame. And when she says she needs to say goodbye, fans don't just lose updates, they lose that presence, that light she shared so freely. People are sharing memories now, comments under her post full of nostalgia. One fan said their first introduction to Shen was through A Love So Beautiful, how her laughter in that drama gave their high school days meaning. Others sharing how her social media updates, little moments from everyday life, her cooking, her family hearing, her artistry, were like comfort when their own days were hard. She became someone many of us counted on, someone who reminded us it's okay to feel deeply, to live softly. And now, hearing she might disappear for a while? It's jarring. Some fans are angry, not at Shen, but at the system. At the constant pressure on public figures. At the lack of compassion from media that demands performance and presence without ever asking, "How is your heart?" Because things like this almost always come after years of holding up expectations, of stretching yourself between roles, between public image and private self. Maybe this goodbye is years in the making. I saw a rumor floating around. That she's overwhelmed, that she's been managing projects, pressures, public scrutiny, and perhaps personal matters behind the scenes. Some speculated that she's facing health issues, physical or mental. Others suggested that this relates to family, maybe something that can't be shared, partly because of how invasive media becomes. I want to believe every guess until she, when or if she's ready, tells us what's true. Because she deserves the space to heal, to rest, to carry whatever weight she's carrying without an audience always waiting. Meanwhile, fans are in disarray. Groups organizing online, sharing support. Others worried, will she come back? What if this is forever? These fears are real. I've read messages from people who feel like they lost a friend. She may not know each of us, but for many, Shen has felt like someone who shows up, who connects through her art and her presence, and losing that is painful. Even writing this, I feel the emptiness in her absence already. One thing I admire, though, is how Shen didn't disappear abruptly. She paused with honesty. She didn't leave fans guessing for weeks or months, she acknowledged the need for space. And that speaks volumes. As usual, social media exploded. Speculations from bloggers, headlines demanding answers, photoshops that miss the nuance. Some analysts saying this goodbye could mean she'll retire from acting for a bit, or switch to roles behind the scenes, or take on fewer public appearances. Others more dramatic, she's done, finished. And all the while, the real story is fragile and maybe private and deeply personal. And the loudest voices aren't always the ones that know. I can't help but wonder what's next. Will she follow up with a post explaining more? Maybe a letter. Maybe nothing for a long time. Maybe we'll only know when she's ready. I hope it's nothing dangerous or destructive. I hope it's just rest, healing, reconnection, rediscovering parts of herself that got lost in the spotlight. I hope she uses this break to find joy without cameras, without expectations, just being Shen, the person, not the star. This moment reminds me, as a fan, how easy it is to love someone through the lens of what they give us publicly, and how necessary it is to remember what they give up to stay visible. Seeing someone like her ask for goodbye is a reminder that vulnerability is real. That strength sometimes looks like stepping back, not pushing forward. That taking care of oneself is sometimes the bravest act. And as I write this, I feel gratitude, too, gratitude for everything she's shared, everything she's shown of herself, everything she's taught us about kindness, about artistry, about being honest. And gratitude that she trusted us enough to say I need space, instead of disappearing without warning. There's trust in that farewell. Even in tears there is courage. So fans, let's hold on to hope. Let's hold on to love. Let's be patient. Let's promise her that she can come back when she's stronger, when she feels grounded, when it's right for her. And let's show her that our admiration isn't dependent on her productivity or her performance, it's something deeper, something unconditional. Shen's tearful goodbye may have shattered our hearts for now, but it also shows something beautiful, she's human. And in that, there's connection. Maybe someday she'll read how much her words hurt, how much they meant, how much support and love have been waiting. Maybe that's what she needs most, knowing we see her, not just the parts she shows, but also the parts she holds inside. If you also feel moved, if this moment has changed something in you, leave a message of love. Let's flood her comments with kindness, with empathy, with prayers, not invasive curiosity, but gentle warmth. And if you want, share your own stories of when you needed to say goodbye or take a break, because none of us are alone in those moments. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being this kind of fan. Shen, whenever you come back, we'll be here, ready to welcome you home.